Because the intro song gets me every single time. Y'all know. Welcome back to another episode of One Be Brave. I'm your host, Domo Jones. How you doing? Y'all good? Are y'all good? Are y'all straight? Are y'all straight? Are y'all good? Come on in. Take a seat. Okay? Because we in there like swimwear. Like, do y'all see the hand? The hand lets you know that it's real. Okay. Welcome back. Like, y'all in here and I'm in here. So we all in here. Okay, girl, get to the house rules. Okay, no profanity. It's to, it's too many words. We about to use all them, John. Hey, ma. Too many words. Too many words. Also, no bashing of race, religion, gender, politics, or sexual preferences. Why? Because from one blood he made all. So pretty much, is all I'm saying is we all family, kinfolk, uncle them, auntie them, grandma and them, sister and them, and all y'all invited to the barbecue. Tell them I sent you. Who gonna check for me? Exactly. 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 Who? You know that when you lean, that mean cause who? In period. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world. Girl, slow down. Cause what did you just say? Okay. Act like you know how to talk. Girl, you've been doing this way too long. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that house rule again. This show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Oh, head, you already know what I'm about to say. Newcomers catch on quick. Get you one of us in your circle. I mean, just get just get you one of us in your circle. I'm just saying. The community is just top tier. And then my guest raise the bar even higher. So just get you one of us in your circle. And then when you get you one of us, you're gonna be like, dang Domo, I know. I've been saying it. And let me just tell y'all this. It's exhausting. I was about to get really in there. And then here it comes. Hey mama, here come that man. What's like in the Hey JT, Lady McDuck. I just want to tell you, it's exhausting being part of the top tier community because it's just like we just keep getting higher and higher and stronger, and it's like, what more? We're elevate to be great. Bars. It's tiring. But if you want to, okay, because we ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Also, I need y'all to come in with your good ear because this one is very important. We talk about Jesus Christ on this show. I don't know what they do over there. They ain't got nothing to do with me. But over here, y'all ready for it? JC is the way to be. Bars. Jesus Christ is better than white rice. Bars. The King Kings redoing his thing. But are y'all catching it? The Lord of Lords is better than Fantastic Four. But like, are y'all because Jesus Christ is always gonna be the number one stunner. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just have a little taste. Try him. Try him out. That's it. Just all he needs is a little dab. A little dab will do you. Okay? A little dab will do. Okay. Girl, stay focused. Also, last rule. This show is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. Old heads, newcomers. Lady O Tyler Perry, Mother Ava DuVernay, and we got one more, Dr. Holly Carter. I'm about to see all y'all. I don't know what y'all thought this was. I'm about to see all y'all. Lady O, come to the front. We're gonna chop it up in your garden of Eden. Tea, no crumpets, please, because I don't know what's in that. And then after, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Hugs and kisses. Then it's gonna be time. Oh, and I hope you make some tea. Fresh, please. Thank you. Thank you for your time. It's gonna be time to see Dr. Bishop Tyler Perry. My story alone. You'll never run out of shows. I wake up. That's a whole 9-part series. Just right there. Okay. Thank you for your time. Hug it out. Dab it out. Appreciate you. Then it's gonna be time to get our locks done at Rockefeller. Me and Mother Ava DuVernay. I'm in chair 1. She in chair 2. Chopping it up. Makes sense in my head. Thank you for your time. Locks fresh to death. Appreciate you. I'll I'll text you. Then it's gonna be time to go to church. After you do praise and worship, me and Mother Holly, Doctor, say it right. You better say it right. Dr. Holly Carter, we're gonna be chopping it up in the vestibule after church. Like, it makes sense. Thank you, Mom. It makes sense in my head. And it's gonna be bop, 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 bop. And when it happens, think it not strange. Don't be like, Domo. She said, I know. Just go back. Go back to this episode. Well, go back to all these episodes. Go back and you, because it's time stamped. We speaking this thing into existence. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. When it happens, just know I said it. All right, so I don't know why I do this every single time. What does this mean? Girl, your glasses fit. What is it? It's prestige. It's prestige in this. Okay, so as you guys know, on this show we have introduced a segment that we represent all the awareness ribbons of the world. We love breast cancer, but that is not the only awareness ribbon at all. Love pink, but there's so many other colors that you can represent. And on this show, we like to thank you, ribbon representations. Say that 9 times fast. Good night, nurse. And what's it for this month, Gabe? Let us know. Okay, the month of July is Sarcoma Cancer Awareness Month. What's the color, Double? I'm glad you asked. Yellow. Okay. Yellow. For those that have sarcoma cancer, for those that have sarcoma tumor, we over here, we represent you. We understand the fight, and we are fighting with you. We love you over here. And we're going to look at that yellow right there. Boom. Representation. Boom. It's everywhere. Got glasses that's yellow. It's a little yellow. It's a little highlight of yellow in my earrings. We got you over here. Period. So for those that deal with sarcoma, over here, we represent you. Thank you for your fight. Thank you for your press. Thank you for, we see value in you. That's one period. All right, so it's a little bit of encouragement for the people out there. Okay, so because it's something that I had to deal with, so we're gonna share it with y'all. Make sure that you guys don't forget about the small things, right? So I was told what last week? I was told last week, like, you're glowing, like you just have so much peace. And I'm just looking like, I'm over here dealing with, I'm literally like looking at myself like, girl, you got this big old boot, your foot hurt, your foot swollen, you hurting, you dealing with all this medical stuff all at once. You trying to figure out what doctor's appointments next. I mean, you boom, boom, the list. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. And I just had to reevaluate where I was because I'm just like, God, even in the midst of all that, I was granted the opportunity of being a part of a photo shoot. I was granted the opportunity to have two of my quotes in a magazine and online. I'm still here. I have no broken bones. Like I have no um horrible medical diagnosis. You know, little things like that. And I'm just like, God, in the midst of all of that, I thank God that you still have shown peace and have just shown grace over my life and you're still here. I love the fact that God just lets me know even in the midst of chaos like you're still here and I'm still here. And I'm just like, God, thank you. Don't forget about the small things because the small things is what carries you, and especially for those that deal with a lot of medical complications, because that's just it gets overwhelming. It really, really does. And that could take over your whole thought process. But don't forget about the small things. Don't forget about the little things that remind you that you're still here, and also that remind you that God is still God is so gracious over your life. You ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. Okay. That's my spiel. I'm sticking to it. Lesson of the day. Don't forget about the small things. Thank God for the small things. Those are the things that carry you. All right, so um my next guest, super excited, super duper, trooper nooper. Girl, that nooper is not even a word. What? Nooper. Okay, girl. I just feel like I wanted to rap because I am a rapper. Be clear. I'm super excited about my next guest. Uh, we was already talking about shows in the background, so we already locked in with that. She don't even know that we locked in for life, but she know now because we got something in common. We got two things now, and she had a girl has a such sweet spirit and I'm super 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 excited to share and listen to her story. But girl, stop talking. Miss Tammy, could you please come on out, please? Hey girl.
Yay! I
Super
love that. I
excited.
love that warm up there. That was
Woo!
awesome.
I had to hype you up. I had to hype you up. I had to hype you up. Thank you so so much for gracing the stage. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All
This
right,
is
let's
going to
get
be
into
fun. I can tell.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get into it. Can you tell us where you're from and the name of your disability or medical condition?
Yeah. So, I'm also in Southern California. I am in Redlands.
What?
Yeah.
I'm in Moreno Valley.
I
We're
know.
not far. That's so cool.
Yeah, we're really close. So, yeah, isn't that fun?
Yes.
Oh, I love it. So, my disability, I represent the orange ribbon of April, which is Limb Difference, Limb Loss Awareness Month. So, um, I had I have quite a story of what happened to me back in October of 2021, and it ultimately resulted in amputation of my right leg above my knee. So that
Oh
is
wow.
my disability.
Okay, so yeah, let's definitely get I know mom, we really are neighbors. Let's definitely get into it. Okay, so you said 2021. Could you lead us through that process? What happened?
Yeah. So I'll back up just a bit to July of 2021 when I was turning 50. And I was like, I haven't been prioritizing my health and I need to start doing that before I turn 50. So I did. Like, I started going to Pilates 3 or 4 times a week. And if you've ever been to Pilates, you'll know it's like a game changer. It's life altering. And I started eating more healthy. So I felt really good about my health and where I was at. And looking back now, I'm like, okay, God gave me that nudge to get myself healthy, because had I not, I maybe wouldn't have survived what I went through.
Mm.
Fast forward now to October 2021. One day I was at my daughter's volleyball playoff game, cheering them on, cheering the team on. And the next day I was taking an ambulance ride to the ER because my legs were so weak, I didn't trust them to stand on them. And it had been something that had been getting progressively worse over maybe a course of a week. But I had no idea like why, what was happening. I had no other symptoms. And during that time, of course, when you go to ER, what do they ask? Do you have COVID? Have you been around anybody with COVID? Have you been exposed to COVID? I'm like, no, no, no. Not that I'm aware of. I don't have respiratory issues. I don't have a fever. I don't have a sore throat. But of course, they do the swab and it comes back positive. And they rushed me back to an isolation room, as they did at the time. Changed into my hospital gown. They did my intake questions, all of that. That's literally the last thing I remember for a good 3 weeks.
Wow.
I just spiraled out. My body shut down. There was a whole domino effect of things that were happening to my body. I ended up being in ICU for 2 months. I was in basic unit for a month, and then I was in acute rehab for a month. So 127 days total in the hospital before coming home. It was a lot. And even when I came
Yeah.
home, I was very, very sick. So ultimately, they diagnosed me with atypical COVID-19, meaning atypical, meaning I didn't have the typical symptoms.
Mm.
The COVID caused multiple organ failure, which, due to all of the things that were happening, I ended up leaving my right leg amputated above my knee. I lost my soleus muscle in my left calf. Both of those two operations or losses were due to infection. I also had stage 4 kidney injury and I was on dialysis. And I also had nerve damage and contractures in my hands, which I still have contractures in my hands. I don't have full function of my hands. And so ever since coming home, I have been, number one, getting healthy again. And then number two, getting stronger again and relearning how to walk. I still am in my wheelchair a lot of the time. And when I do walk, I'm either using a walker or forearm crutches. I wear my prosthetic as well as an AFO on my left foot.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so
That's it in
wow.
a nutshell.
That is that that is. I don't want to say crazy because God
It's
knows what
pretty
he's doing,
crazy.
but that's extreme. So I just want to clarify before I ask you any more questions. This all stemmed from COVID.
Yes. So there's two working theories. They don't know for sure. We'll never know. One theory is that the virus of COVID caused me to have a condition called rhabdomyolysis,
Mm.
which is something that runners get quite often, where you get lactic acid buildup and it like breaks down the muscle.
Mm.
So with the breakdown of the muscle, it was releasing these proteins into the bloodstream, which shut down my kidneys. And that's where that's where the weakness of the legs began and kind of the shutting down of my organs, which led to all of the things that happened. The
Mm.
second working theory is my body's immune system attacked itself trying to attack
Mm.
the virus, much
Mm.
like autoimmune diseases of type 1 diabetes or celiac or lupus. Those are all the body attacking itself. So
Right.
which one happened due to result of the virus, we're not sure. But they gave me the diagnosis of atypical COVID.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Did you have any symptoms before everything kind of transpired?
So about probably 10 days before, I did have a cold. And
Mhm.
I know this because going back and watching my Instagram feed videos,
Mhm.
I was like on the couch. It wasn't something I really remembered, but yeah, I did have like cold symptoms. Never the fever or anything like that, mostly just like nasal stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably did have some of the typical symptoms prior to, and the weakness in the legs was just accumulating over those multiple days prior to going to ER.
So I think what is most baffling for me is the loss of your leg. So how did it go from just the weakness to an actual, now you have a prosthetic? Like how did
Yeah,
it get to there?
thank you for asking that. Some people kind of glaze over when I get to this point of the story, so I apologize, and we'll try to keep it not medically based or medical terminology.
No, it's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. It's okay.
Okay. So the rhabdomyolysis, the proteins that were breaking down in my muscles, were was causing the weakness in my legs.
Mhm.
So when you have a lot of lactic acid in your body, what they typically do for these, runners that go in complaining of this high lactic acid or whatever, they
Mhm.
flush it out with a bunch of fluid.
Mhm.
Well, because they needed to give me a lot of fluid and my kidneys were already failing, the fluid was building up on my body and I wasn't
Mm.
able to flush it out, which then led to something called compartment syndrome, which is the fluid causing pressure on the muscle and the nerves in
Ah.
my legs or arms. People sometimes get in their arms or other
Mhm.
extremity, well,
Mhm.
mostly the extremities. So what they then do is they have to create incisions to release that pressure.
Mhm.
So I have 9-inch incisions on both sides of both of my calves at the time. And those then got infected, which caused the amputation because the infection spread. And
Right.
also, when they did the surgery for the compartment syndrome, they already found dead tissue within my limb.
Mm.
And so that's how I lost my soleus muscle as well. And the
Wow.
soleus muscle is like the biggest portion of the calf, and it's what controls your foot to bring your foot up. So it causes me a lot of balance issues. And also, part of the reason I wear the AFO is to help the foot to lift when I step.
Yeah. Now I understand that because I have AFO on both my feet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I definitely, that's language that I understand.
Yeah.
For sure. What one, thank you for sharing. I definitely appreciate that because I'm learning too.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the show for different reasons and I like to learn about, what life is like in your eyes, in your life. So thank you for sharing that. So I want to ask a personal question for you. During this time, what was life like mentally for you? Because I mean, you got hit with a lot at one time, and
Mhm.
then it's already during COVID, so that's already a issue right there. But what was life like during the moment of you having to find out that you have to get an amputation, your arm? I mean, like everything that happened at once. What was life like mentally for you?
Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning, there was about a 2 week span that I don't remember at all.
Yeah.
And that was a blessing from God. I can tell you that because I don't have those memories to reflect on. Unfortunately for my family, they do have those memories. So,
Mhm.
um, while we experienced the same story, we experienced it two very different ways. So, they have memories I don't have.
Mhm.
So during my 2 months in the ICU, I have a lot of dream like
Mm.
memories of I'm not sure what's reality and I'm not sure what's really happening. I remember a lot of anxiety. I remember a lot of just not understanding. Like I was in the hyperbaric chamber, which was to help heal my wounds from my surgeries.
Mhm.
And I could not understand what was happening. I had so many thoughts in my head and I was so anxious about it. But
Right.
I had no understanding of what it really meant. So it was 1 month after I went into the hospital that I actually had my leg amputated.
Mhm.
And the surgeon came in, and I will say when they cleaned my wounds out, they gave me very heavy pain medications. So
Mhm.
I really don't like remember those. And that's when I had a lot of the really vivid dreams. And so I wasn't like really familiar with this doctor, even though obviously she had been coming in and out and
Right,
visiting and all of
right.
that. But she kind of came into my room when my husband wasn't there, because I'm very fortunate that he was able to be there with me 10, 12 hours a day.
Wow.
He happened to not be in the room when she came in, and she's like, "You're going to lose your leg." And for me, it was like, wait, what? Like, I
Mhm.
didn't have this concept. I didn't have this understanding there was anything wrong with my legs.
Yeah.
And now you're telling me I'm going to lose my leg? Like, I didn't understand it. And the nurse that was with me, she was like trying to console me. And she's like, don't worry, you're going to be running in no time. And I'm like, I was never a runner before. Like, what are you talking about? It made it even more confusing for me. But when
Yeah.
my husband came back, and he was really upset that the doctor had this conversation with me without him there.
Right.
So then he was like, Tammy, if you want to live, you're going to lose your limb.
Mm.
It was like life or limb. That was the choice that I had. And when he explained it to me, then I could grasp an understanding, and it was just God being there. And I kind of joked, and I'm like, well, just call me Bionic Tammy then. And I was able to kind of make a joke about it in
Yeah.
a way that it wasn't like disguising my emotion or anything. I just was
Right.
like, it's going to be okay. I just had that peace that surpasses understanding. Yeah. Right.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that. And I can't relate um I can't relate exactly to where you were, but I can relate mentally to where you were because when I did chemo, they were asking me, all these questions, how you feeling, how all the things. And I was like, is my hair gonna fall out? And the doctor was like, that's all you worried about? And I'm like, yeah, because the peace. I
Yeah.
know God got me. So
Yeah.
I definitely understand the mentality that you were at, or that you came to when it finally, clicked in. But I definitely appreciate you sharing that, because a lot of people think that when we joke about stuff, we're trying to like disguise it, but it's not. It's a different type of peace
It
that
is.
God has given us to help us fight through it.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real. I like you. So good.
I'm seeing
So
weekly.
good. Yeah, so good. Hey Taisha girl, love you. Hey grandma, love you. That's really, really good. Okay, so I want to ask, now that when it came down to the loss of your leg. Okay, you got that mentally. Now we're moving on to all the other, I'm sorry, I can't think of like all the other symptoms that you did say, but they were major. Let's
Mhm.
just say that they were very major. When it came down to that, although it wasn't a loss, it was an adjustment.
Mm. Mm.
So how was that adjustment? Let's just go, because you did talk about your hands. So you were at a place to where you were able to physically function with your hands. So how was that adjustment to, there certain things that you maybe can grab, or just the feeling or the nerve damage? How was that for you?
Yeah, so that was really challenging to be dependent on my family to do everything for me, or the
Yeah.
nurses while I was
Right.
still in the hospital. That was a huge adjustment. I think I had the most awareness of that when I moved to basic unit, because I was
Mm-hmm.
not on the heavy pain medication at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And also I was just like, I was sick, right? From malnutrition and from hospital bugs and
Mm-hmm.
UTIs and infections in my legs, and just all
Yeah.
of like the sickness that comes with
Yeah.
being in a hospital. So at that point, we're kind of done with like the major trauma, and we're picking away at these little things that just keep popping up. My arms were still super, super swollen from the fluid, from, some of the medication, and that was causing that. And that was like very painful because of all of the pressure on my arms. I'm grateful that I did not get compartment syndrome on my arms, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I very easily could have, by how much
Mm-hmm.
fluid was on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I couldn't even like buzz for the nurse. They had to give me one of those big
Wow.
pads that you kind of push. I couldn't feed myself. I couldn't give myself ice chips, or, I was dependent on
Mm-hmm.
everyone for everything. And it's kind of okay and almost expected when you're in the hospital, but when you come home and I'm calling to my mom, who had come to stay with us for nine
Mm-hmm.
months while my husband went back to work, to be my full-time caregiver.
Yeah.
Like, I need help rolling over in bed at night. I
Wow.
just everything. I need help showering. The first time my husband helped me shower on his own with just him and I, it took 4 hours, because we had to cover the wounds with, waterproof tape and
Mm-hmm.
all of the things, and move me to a shower chair using the Hoyer lift, and then reverse it all once I get done with the shower. And it was just a lot. So
Wow.
the lack of independence was probably the most challenging piece of the transition from
Mm-hmm.
really, really sick to now being home
Mm-hmm.
and still sick, but now independent on my family. And
Right.
I've always been a very independent woman.
Yeah.
So that was difficult. And I will say, one of the other conditions I left the hospital was stage 4 kidney injury. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to distinguish that for um, kidney disease is different than kidney injury. I had
Okay.
injury based on the things that happened to me. I didn't have this gradual decline in my kidney function, which would be
Mm-hmm.
disease. So, having said that, I was on dialysis twice a week now, outpatient. We had to get up and be there at 3 a.m. So we had to hire transportation, because we didn't have a van to take me in the electric chair that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very, very expensive, but it was financially expensive and energy expensive,
Mm-hmm.
for my husband and I to do this. But here's God's miracle. We went and I got off of dialysis. My kidneys were still stage 4, but I was off enough to be off of dialysis.
Mm-hmm.
But the doctor was like, you will need a kidney transplant one day. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that kind of terrified me. And so we researched and found the best kidney specialist in town that was referred to us. And she was fantastic. And we did all of the things that we could do. We restricted my fluid. This sounds counterintuitive, but we restricted my fluid intake, because
Mm-hmm.
there's this fine balance. You don't want to overdo it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
right. And we restricted vitamins, which obviously would have been healthy for me to take to help build my body back up. We restricted protein, which I also needed to build my muscles back up.
Mm-hmm.
But we did these things. I listened to binaural beats. I took naps every day. We did these things for 18 months, and I can report to you that I healed from stage 4 to stage 1. Stage 1.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Go, God.
Yeah.
Natural remedies.
Yes. And
Wow.
my doctor was, first of all, I've never seen a patient. I've been in practice for 20 years. I've never seen this happen. And number two, she said, your kidneys should be good for life.
Come. That's how God be working.
Isn't that awesome? That's
That's
just like, ah,
huge.
right? Yeah.
That's real. That's huge.
I mean, aside from
I'm
my
happy for you.
actually surviving, that was the biggest miracle of my recovery.
Yeah, that's really from 4 to 1.
Yeah.
And then the doctor of 22 years saying that you're gonna be good for life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. You
I
go
know.
from you gonna have to have a transplant to you're gonna be good for life. That's how God be doing stuff. That's so huge.
I
I'm
know.
over.
It just
I'm
makes me
excited.
smile from ear to
I
ear because it's like,
know.
thank
I'm
you,
excited.
God.
I'm excited that because that's big.
Yeah.
I thank God for that. For real. That okay, won't he do it? And he does it every single time.
Right?
That's huge. Yeah, that's really, really big. That's a big testimony. That's a really big testimony for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
And in that vein, I definitely I wanted to get, the side of the process, but now I want to get to where you are right now because you
Mhm.
look amazing,
Thank
one,
you.
and I love your spirit. So after the process of kind of adjusting to this new lifestyle and becoming the new you because you became a new person in this
Mhm.
process.
Mhm.
And well, one, let me just have a sidebar. We appreciate your husband,
Yes, we do.
and please let him know that we appreciate him because it's definitely not easy being a caregiver. That's one. But then also in that same vein, sometimes it's hard when you can't help.
Mhm.
Like you can assist, but you can't take the load off
Right. Right.
when you see someone that you love. It's
Mhm.
very hard. And in addition to your husband, we appreciate your mother.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you,
we do.
mom.
Thank you.
Thank you, mom. Thank you, husband. We appreciate y'all. My mom is my caregiver, so I have a soft spot for caregivers.
Yeah.
Very much so. Okay, so unsidebar. So
Thank you for
now,
saying that. I will pass
yes,
it along.
yes, you're very welcome. They hit my heart. Now, unsidebar. So now you're in this new adjustment. You're learning this new lifestyle, your new body. All the things. So as you're in this new life and this new wave, what kind of got you to that point of changing your mindset to all the stuff that you had to hear and the new lifestyle? What
Mhm.
changed your mindset to adjusting to being comfortable and confident of who you are now?
Yeah. So I think three things. um, I never had I never had a period of time where I just wanted to curl up a corner and cry.
Yeah,
And I'm grateful for that. And of course, there's times where I cry or I get frustrated or it's a struggle,
of
but
course.
there wasn't a period of depression. And I think that that comes from three things. And number one, first is God, that peace that He gave me. Just knowing, look, He let me survive my heart stopping twice. And I know that because He allowed me to survive those things, that my life is not over. I have work to do. So I hang on to that as my North Star of where I'm moving forward,
Yeah,
right? So that's number one. Number two is my husband, my kids, my parents,
yeah.
uh, the immediate family that was obviously there through the thick and the thin. And they probably have more trauma memories than what I do. And
Mhm.
I can't help them with that piece of it, just like they can't help me with the physical piece of it.
Right, right, right.
So I have so much appreciation for each and every one of them. And then the third one is the extended community. And
Hmm.
we have my friend's daughter, who was 12 at the time, made these beaded bracelets that said tough like Tammy. And it
Mm,
started this whole movement. And she passed those out at the prayer vigil for me at the hospital. And so now I have this team TLT, Team Tough Like Tammy. And it's just this literally worldwide community of people who came together to pray for me. And
wow.
not only in prayer, but they fundraised for me. They decorated our house at Christmas time for us. They
Wow.
fed my kids. They cleaned my house. They took care of my dogs. They just were the hands and feet of the Lord. And
Mhm.
so those are the three things that I contribute to moving forward. Had I not had that type of support, it would have been much more difficult.
Yeah, I definitely agree. All those three things, they kind of coincide in one.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely do, and that's huge because you definitely do need a community in this new wave of who you are, who you've become. Your family is very, very, very important. And you need that hope.
Yes.
You definitely need that hope of finding and understanding that you hold value and God gave you this life for a reason. He didn't take you out because he could have.
Right.
He could have taken anybody out for any little thing, but he kept you. And not only did you go through it, you survived it. You survived that thing. That's what I'm talking about.
I
We
did.
love that. And Tough Like Tammy, I love that. That's so catchy. That's so dope.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's so dope. I love that. And grandma, it does. Every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time. We love that. Okay, so I have two questions that
Hmm.
I ask every one of my guests. One is, what is the most difficult part about living with your medical conditions?
Okay. Hmm. I think the most difficult part is not having the freedom of movement the way I used to, and I took that for granted.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's challenging. But I will say, I'm driving again.
Come
Um,
on.
so I've got some independence in that way. Now there's short trips and I don't go shopping because that's a lot of work to go shopping, but I can get myself to appointments and so to the gym. So that's a big deal. Um, I'm swimming again. I just went to the pool on Sunday and discovered I can actually swim without pool noodles. And so that was really fun.
Yeah.
And I do love going to the gym and getting strong. And I recently finished out the remainder of my PT. So I no longer have that support, but I do have other ways that I can continue to make progress with my movement. So probably the most number one frustrating thing is just not having the endurance and
Mhm.
ability to walk for long periods of time. I can walk
Yeah.
short periods with assistance of my mobility devices, but yeah, that's a big one.
I definitely get that. Totally, totally understand that. Now, on the flip side, what's the most rewarding part about living with your medical conditions?
Yeah, there's so many opportunities as well as people that I've met that I
Mhm.
probably never would have came upon had this not happened to me.
Yeah.
And there's just some really incredible people in my life right now that because of my amputation specifically that I've been able to connect with and just be in community with. And I
Yeah.
just think that's amazing.
I love that. Community is so important because it just makes you feel like you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Because
all like, for example, we all can be there to like hold each other up because we
mhm.
all have ebbs and flows in life.
Exactly.
And so the friends that were there for me or, family that was there for me, I get to be there for them now when they're going
Mhm.
through their struggles. And so we just kind of keep supporting each other. And that's so
Yeah.
important.
It's so important because even if you don't understand what I'm going through or what the other person is going
Right.
through, just being there, that is volumes.
Yes.
Huge. That's huge. Just having someone just there, not
Yeah.
letting me go. That's huge right there. Well, thank you
Thank
Miss
you.
Tammy. So, and first of all, you did mention your age back then.
Yeah.
You look good.
Thank you.
Girl,
My
you
birthday's
don't look a day over 24.
tomorrow.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. And it's an early birthday gift because you don't look a day over 24. You feel me?
Woo!
A
I'll
day
take
over
it.
25. You look great. Well, thank you so much
So
for
much.
gracing. So important, so true. Thank you so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for giving us encouraging words. Thank you for reminding us that there's still life after the chaos, and
Absolutely.
community is important.
Mm. Can I share
Pre-
just really
you
quick?
sure can.
The Comeback Edit, Life Beyond Survival Mode. This is my new book, and it's part my story and part how others can, move forward in their own life after their own challenges.
Love that. Love that. And Gabe, can you put on the screen where they can find you? And I hope your book link or
Yeah.
where they can find your book is on there because I want to get it.
Aw, thank
We
you.
we support we support over here. We support over here.
Thank
Thank you, Gabe. Yes, on IG, tough like Tammy. I just love tough like Tammy. That is just so dope.
I will tell Maddie. It was all her.
That that is
It was
so
all
dope.
her.
That is so dope. Yes, on IG, Tough Like Tammy. On Facebook, Tough Like Tammy, and LinkedIn, Tough Like Tammy. And please go to her website and see what all she does on
Yeah.
www.toughliketammy.com. I love that. Thank you, Gabe.
Thank
Keep that
you.
up for a little bit.
Yeah, if you go
Um,
to my website, it'll have the link to the book. I didn't
per-
drop it.
that's what I'm talking about. Thank you again so
Thank
much.
you.
Definitely appreciate it. Okay, before you go, we have a well, Gabe, you gonna have to put that down for a second. Yeah, because before you go, we got a before you go question. Gabe, what's the question? I'm nervous. You can only hear one song for the rest of your life. What would it be? Oh,
Oh, there's so
so
many.
for the rest of your life.
Okay. I really, 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 really love Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake.
First of all, we love Brandon Lake.
Yes, we do.
Come on, that is so good. Ooh,
That's a good one, right? And
that's a good
there's so
one.
many different like versions of it. I feel like I could get a variety still, even though it's just
That's
one song.
that's a good one. That's a good one. Ooh, one song that is difficult because I listen to music every single day.
Yeah, and all the genres too, right?
And all the
Yeah.
I mean everything except for heavy metal. I don't do all that. I can't handle that with my ears. But yes, every genre. That's a little difficult for me, but I can't say the artist. Kim Burrell. I listen to Kim Burrell um any given day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll listen to her for
Yeah.
sure. Uh, yeah, okay. Thank you, JT, because very inspiring. Very
Thank
much
you.
so. Oh, my mom said sing it.
Oh, no, no. Can she come on and sing it with us? Oh.
Okay, you got to give
You,
us some
you
of the
do
lyrics
that.
then.
You do that, and it just makes me blank. Like, what is the tune?
What's the what's the words? What's the tune? Ah, that is so funny. You have to say yes. We don't want to show a spot like that, but that's a funny for sure. Thank you again, Tammy, so much. Right, that's mom's. That's mom's for you. Thank you again, Tammy, so much. For those that want to follow her, this is her information on IG. Tough Like Tammy, Facebook, Tough Like Tammy, LinkedIn, Tough Like Tammy, and please go to her website and see all that she does at www.toughliketammy.com. Thank you so much. Gabe's gonna put you in the back, but don't my God though. Girl, I love you.
Thank you.
Told y'all. Tough like child. That's my dog. I really appreciate her telling her journey. I mean, that's just What am I doing? My life is just, girl, you ain't going through nothing at all. Okay? Every single episode, I got to reevaluate. What are you complaining about? Nothing. Get it together. Thank you, Tammy, so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it so much. All right, so let's get into church announcements. Next week, we are live and in living color. What time, Domo? I'm glad you asked. 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. We live. Also, if you or someone that you know that feels comfortable with sharing their story wants to be a guest on the show and be a part of the top tier community, holla at me. Here's the disclaimer. Don't come over here talking about you got a paper cut. Don't come over here talking about you done hurt your elbow or you done ran into the wall with your stub your toe. Turn on the light. Get you some Neosporin and go on about your business. Okay? Because over here we deal with real life stuff. I don't want to hurt your feelings. If you ask to be on the show and you talking about you want to talk about how your ear hurt, put some cotton in it. Put some cotton in it. And stop going next to the wind. Okay? Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for tuning. I appreciate it. I'm gonna say it every single episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for commenting. Thank y'all for just seeing. Girl, what you talking about over here? I appreciate it. I love y'all. Don't log off though. Don't you dare. Don't you dare log off. I'm gonna be off the screen, but don't you. Okay. Gabe, y'all know. Get me off the stage. Bye y'all. I love y'all. My guests are too fly to pass by. Bars! Yo, that was good. My guests are too fly to pass by. Domo, you done did it again. Good night. I mean, you can't even keep up with yourself at this point. Gosh, that was good. My guests are too fly to pass by. That was top tier, is all I'm saying. Thank